From TayK running away from the police to Kodak Black getting educated in prison, these are 7 times rappers outsmarted the police. First on the list, we got none other than Julio Fulio. Alright, check this out. Back in April 2022, this dude Fulio had this crazy encounter with some detectives during a traffic stop in Jacksonville. He was rolling in a dope Dodge Durango, but his windows had that illegal tint, so the detectives pulled him over by flickering their lights all sketchy and stuff. But guess what? Out of nowhere, this prosecutor showed up and started searching Fulio's ride without permission, which ain't cool at all. Then, these detectives started grilling Fulio about his homie TayK Mitch who passed away. But Fulio kept saying he had nothing to do with it and didn't know squat about the situation. The detectives wanted to know more about Fulio's connection with Mitch, but Fulio just gave him a little bit of info. He said Mitch was his best friend and that he was out of town when Mitch died. Then, detectives seemed clueless about what went down, asking all kinds of random and scattered questions. But Fulio stuck to his story and didn't spill any more beans about the case.
All right, so I didn't want to bring it up. I know you're going to be upset. Mitch, there's some detectives I want to talk to you real quick about what happened to Mitch.
How long is that going to take?
Not that long. Depends on you. They just going to ask what you know about what happened to him, bro. That's all it is.
While being interrogated, the detectives asked Fulio if he thought his music was responsible for the violence around him. Fulio straight up denied it, saying his music ain't to blame for someone dying. They kept pushing, asking if his music influenced anyone. Fulio admitted that music can trigger folks, but he didn't think his jams caused any violence. Later, other detectives came and questioned Fulio about the traffic stop, but they couldn't get much out of him either. Fulio stood his ground and didn't budge. The video of his interrogation went viral because Fulio started singing Dark Cloud by Rod Wave in a room, showing he ain't scared and won't back down.
There's so many dark days, dark clouds, there's so many dark days. There's so many dark days, dark clouds.
Despite facing charges like running away, evading the law, and messing with evidence, Fulio managed to dodge a 3-year sentence in a slammer. After trying to get the case thrown out a bunch of times, he finally pled no contest to tampering with evidence and got 6 months of probation, which he served in Georgia. By not falling for the detective's tricks and keeping his lips sealed about Mitch's death, Fulio avoided getting hit with a harsher punishment. Subscribe quickly if you enjoyed this video. Come on, man, don't be no hater. Now let's get on to the next rapper. Next up, we got the baby. All right, so let's talk about what went down back in January 2020. He was supposed to perform at this club in Miami, but things got messed up because the promoter only paid him $20,000 instead of the $30,000 they agreed on. The promoter said the baby straight up punched him multiple times and his crew joined in, giving him a beatdown. They even jacked the dude's phone, credit card, and $80 in cash. After the chaos, the baby and his crew bounced, but later they went back to their hotel. When they got there, the victim and the cops were waiting for him. So the baby got taken to the police station for questioning. But let me tell you, those detectives didn't have an easy time with him. During the questioning, the baby ain't giving out his full name. He knew his rights and stayed silent. The detectives told him he could have a lawyer, but the baby wanted to handle it himself. He straight up denied having anything to do with the fight. He said his manager was talking to the promoter about the gig, but they cut ties when they found out about the stolen money. The detectives tried to trip up the baby by bringing up security camera footage showing his car near the place where the robbery happened. But the baby stuck to his story, saying he ain't involved and there was no robbery at all.
You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that, right? If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish.
You'd have let me on my room, you would have saw close to $250 million cash, legally, hard-earned money.
Allegation is an allegation.
Until what? Until proven. Thank you. So why am I in handcuffs?
3 years in college.
I'm on the Forbes list, my nigga. The Forbes list.
Whatever time the camera showed me not robbing no damn body.
Baby even made sure to mention that he had a whole lot of cash, like $250,000 in his hotel room. He was like, why would I need to steal $80 if I got all that dough? The detectives struggled to find solid evidence against Baby. He stayed cool and kept saying he didn't do nothing. They tried asking about where he was and what kind of car he was driving, but the baby kept denying everything. He made it clear he had no reason to rob anyone, especially with all that cash he had in his room. Even though the detectives tried hard to catch the baby slipping, their tricks didn't work. The baby was too smart for him and kept saying he was innocent. He didn't give up any info that could get him in trouble. With no solid proof or witnesses backing up the promoter's story, the case against the baby got weaker and weaker.
Understand how comfortable with that type of shit I gotta be to be able to represent myself in that moment, in that situation, and goddamn walk out without being a rat or putting in jail or having to pay bail and pay a lawyer. I'm him.
Man, that's crazy. Third on the list, we got none other than Spot 'em Got 'em.
A Jacksonville rapper is in a Miami jail tonight. Nehemiah Harden, also known as Spot 'em Got 'em, was arrested this weekend. Police say they tried to pull him over for speeding on a jet ski, but he sped off.
Spot 'em made major headlines when he tried to outsmart the cops during a wild chase on a jet ski in Miami. On a jet ski! Yo, this 20-year-old rapper repping Jacksonville ended up in court after spending a night in jail for what went down. Spot 'em Got 'em's lawyer, Raven Liberty, told the court that he lived in Miami's Midtown neighborhood. But Judge Mindy S. Glazer decided not to let him go. So he stayed locked up at the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center. It all started when Spot 'em Got 'em was riding on an orange jet ski and tried to run away from the cops chasing after him. The whole thing went down in Miami's Biscayne Bay, near the Miami Marine Stadium in Virginia Key. The Miami Police Department said Spot 'em Got 'em was acting all crazy and putting innocent folks' lives in danger, messing with the property and all that. Spot 'em Got 'em showing up in court was the next step in his legal mess. He was facing charges for trying to get away from the cops and putting other people's lives at risk. The whole incident not only had immediate legal consequences, but it also made people wonder about the impact on Spot 'em Got 'em's career and his reputation in the public eye.
With several run-ins dating back to 2017. And just last year, he was injured in a drive-by shooting on I-95 in Miami. At the time of this most recent arrest, records show he was out on bond for aggravated assault with a firearm and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
As this rapper's wild escape played out, it grabbed a lot of attention from the media and his fans. Spot 'em Got 'em's clever moves and his determination to outsmart the authorities on a jet ski showed just how bold and daring he could be. Next up, we got TayK. Man, if you don't know who TayK is, I don't know what's wrong with you, man.
16-year-old Tamor McIntyre in a small room with police, uncomfortable, wiping his eyes at times, and finally admitting to investigators he played a role in a home invasion and murder in Mansfield.
All right, so pretty much, TayK got slammed with a 55-year prison sentence for taking a life. And get this, they used his hit song as evidence against him. This dude, Tamor McIntyre, only 19 years old, got found guilty along with 6 other dudes for killing Ethan Walker in Mansfield, Texas, back in July 2016. They was trying to rob Walker and another guy for drugs and cash, but things went sideways and Walker ended up losing his life. His girl even testified that he had his hands up during the whole messed up incident.
Other individuals, along with a juvenile, were actually responsible for planning the robbery and shooting the 2 victims. One of the girls has testified she brought in McIntyre to recruit the gunman. Belote stared down McIntyre as he left the courtroom today, but not before telling about the tense moment that night where he knew he was about to be shot.
McIntyre's lawyers tried to argue that he didn't fire the deadly shot. He said his role was just to find the drugs to steal. But in the end, they still found him guilty of causing Walker's death, plus 3 counts of robbing with force. Here's the crazy part. McIntyre's rap career blew up because of all the attention his case got. He was just 16 when he got charged with the murder and put on house arrest. But in March 2017, he cut off his ankle tag and bounced. He even tweeted, "This house arrest, they gotta catch me." He made his way from Texas to New Jersey and recorded a track called The Race while being on a run. The song bragged about his fugitive status. Like, I ain't beat that case, I did the race. During the trial, The prosecutors played the music video where McIntyre was standing in front of his own wanted poster. They even showed the lyrics to the court, man. But wait, there's more. McIntyre got caught again in June 2017, and they said he committed 2 more serious crimes while he was on the loose. They accused him of killing a 23-year-old named Mark Saldivar after some fight in San Antonio, Texas. And they say he also robbed and beat up a 65-year-old dude named Oni Pepe in Arlington, Texas. The whole situation is just straight up messed up, man. TayK's paying a price for his actions. It looked like his rap dreams are gonna be locked up for a long, long time. Next rapper on our list is Blac Youngsta.
About Sam Benson, he's an aspiring rapper. He claimed he was detained by police after withdrawing $200,000 from a Buckhead Wells Fargo branch. Today, 11 Alive received a statement from Wells Fargo saying Benson does not hold an account with the bank, never withdrew any money, nor did he go inside. Atlanta police tell us they detained Benson only briefly and never took any money from him.
Okay, so check this out, y'all. Blac Youngsta had a crazy run-in with the police while he was in Atlanta. Homeboy wanted to take out $200,000 from Wells Fargo to cop a fresh ride, but things got all twisted. Out of nowhere, mad police cars rolled up and snatched Youngsta in the bank's parking lot. The cops thought Youngsta looked like some dude who cashed a fake $24,000 check at the same bank. But here's the kicker. Youngsta never cashed no check at Wells Fargo because he liked other ways to handle his money. And to make it worse, Wells Fargo fronted like he didn't even have an account with them, but Youngsta proved them wrong. Showing his smarts, Youngsta decided to say peace to Wells Fargo and open up a new account with Bank of America. He didn't get charged and got his money back, but that don't erase the fact that they tackled him to the ground and cuffed him in broad daylight for no good reason. This whole thing shines a light on the ongoing problem rappers deal with, getting unfairly targeted because of stereotypes. Youngsta being able to outsmart the situation and prove he was innocent don't make it okay for the emotional pain and public embarrassment he went through. It just reminds us of the struggles rappers face when dealing with the justice system and the urgent need to address the racial biases in law enforcement. Rap legend Lil Wayne got caught up with the law because he had drugs and a firearm on him. It all went down on July 22nd, 2007, when Border Patrol agents in Arizona stopped his tour bus. They searched the ride and found stuff like weed, coke, and a loaded gun. But check it, Lil Wayne showed his skills in dealing with the legal system and outsmarting the police. He hired top-notch lawyers who worked out a sweet deal for him. In October 2009, Lil Wayne pleaded guilty to a lesser charge for trying to possess a weapon, which had a lighter punishment than the original charges. Even though he could have faced a long stretch behind bars, Lil Wayne's legal team fought for a more lenient sentence. On March 8th, 2010, he got hit with another 1-year jail term, but they gave him credit for the time he already had. Homeboy ended up serving 8 months and got released. That move not only kept Lil Wayne's career intact, but also showed off his smart moves when it came to the law. Last on our list is none other than Kodak Black.
The 19-year-old, whose real name is Deucen Octave, had been on trial fighting allegations he went to a boxing match and strip club without permission from his probation officer. Black, however, was found not guilty of battery stemming from claims he attacked a bartender.
Yo, peep this. Kodak Black, aka Bill K. Capri, has some serious legal issues with weapons and drugs. Back in January 2018, he got busted in Florida for all sorts of charges, like stealing a gun, having a gun as a felon, having weed, and neglecting a child. But check it. Kodak Black found a way to navigate the legal system and make a deal to lighten his punishment. In August 2018, he admitted to having a gun illegally and possession of marijuana. By doing that, they dropped the other charges, including the child neglect one. That smart move helped Kodak Black get a better outcome and avoid some serious consequences. In November 2019, he got sentenced to 46 months in the Fed joint, but they gave him credit for the time he already did. While during this time, Kodak Black showed personal growth by getting his GED certificate and expressing remorse for his past actions. He used his influence to shed light on social issues and support changes in the messed up justice system. And get this, former President Donald Trump cut his sentence on January 20th, 2021 and let him out of prison early. That move gave him the chance to keep his music career going and focus on bettering himself.
Kodak, what do you have to say about your arrest? Surrounded by his security team, rapper Kodak Black is spotted leaving jail as a free man. This after landing in hot water and spending the night in the Broward County Jail.
Speaking of rappers lacking and facing the police, if you want to see rappers who got caught lacking out in public, then you need to watch this next video on our channel called 5 Rappers Who Got Caught Lacking. Peace.